your girl is officially a wifey. And it's weird. Hello. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Justine Falama and I talk about everything dating, relationship, and marriage now, apparently. Yes, this is not clickbait. You read it right. I got married. Your girl is officially a wifey. And it's weird. Just so you know, I have been gone for a long time because I didn't know how to come back. I didn't know how to talk about it. I didn't know how to bring it up because so much of my personality here on social media, but also in life really was the go hard single friend who makes sure everybody in her circle who is single and kind of struggling gets that word of motivation, that word of encouragement, and is, empowered in Christ. But once I kind of got into a very promising long-term relationship, I was like, ooh, how can I be, still that person that lifts other people up if I am not part of the tribe? But I think I need to just get over it and, maybe I need to be the person who pulls someone up instead of lifting them up. But we'll get into my career and social media and influencer struggles in a little bit. Let's first talk a bit about the big elephant in the room or the big rock in the room. I do not know how to do this. I never know if the camera picks up on it. It's a beautiful pear cut ring. Sorry guys. Pear cut ring that my husband Kenny got me a few months ago. So I've been married for a little over 3 months now, and it's been very, very beautiful. I'm not gonna lie, we got engaged and married a week later. So if you want a story time on that, let me know, I will tell you. But we basically got engaged on my birthday, December 9, and a week later we got married. We've been dating for 18 months at that time. So we pretty much knew, we had talked about it. We had set a timeline from when we want it to happen, but we never really discussed that it would happen so soon after getting engaged. And it did feel weird. I'm not gonna lie, I was very aware of the fact that, we need to, basically what we want to unite our lives. We want to unite our homes. And that's only possible if we're married, because we both live in different countries, right? That's, by the way, fun fact, I'm in a long distance marriage. So unfortunately, I do not live in one place with my husband just yet. Sorry, I'm rolling my eyes because my sister's here and she keeps slamming these doors. But it's okay. So yeah, we are long distance. We do not live in the same place. And that process, if anyone has ever gone through this marriage visa process or visa process in general, it's a mess. It's not a mess, but it takes so long. So it's basically a mess on your emotions, on your feeling, on your mental health, which is what I'm going through right now. And it's not it, guys. It's not it. But because of that, we decided to get married earlier, and just the two of us. We eloped. We just went to the courthouse, got married, had the most fun day ever, got drunk afterwards, and just loved it. Until my parents found out, and they were not happy. My mom was like, "You did what?" She kind of knew, but she was still pissed. She knew that we would probably not have a big shindig right away, just because we have so much paperwork to take care of, so much more organizational and coordination to take care of. But she was kind of pissed, I could tell. So when I came back, she was like, "Well, you think you're getting away, but you're not, because I'm Congolese, I'm African, and in our culture, ain't no elopement," pretty much. So I'm now caught up in wedding planning stress again. It sucks. But yeah, if anyone has gone through it, if you've gone through it, please let me know, because how do you rile in parents once they are on that wedding planning train? It's hard. Like the amount of times I have to say, no, that person is not invited is insane. Yeah, so we got married. We've been dating for 18 months at that time. We knew it was going to happen. We had talked about it a lot. If you watch my videos, then you know I do have a very, very harsh 1 year dating boundary or rule, whatever you want to call this, ultimatum. I do not care. So Kenny knew from the moment we met and started dating that I will not be in a relationship longer than a year without clear steps leading to marriage, right? I did not say, hey, we have to get married on 1 year, 1 day on the dot. But I did tell him that you need to show me, because if not, pretty much I'm gone. And he did. We did. After like the 1 year mark is when I could tell, okay, this is happening. It's just a matter of time. And that's really what it was. It was just about me being in the right place, basically visiting him. And it was about us just really figuring out the process a little bit so that we knew, okay, what was the right things to do to make sure that we conform with, like legal regulations and visa regulations and all these things. And we did. It was really nice. It was just the two of us on a random Friday afternoon. I think one thing that always makes me like laugh or smirk is that we got married on December 15th. I mean, it can't get worse than this. I'm a December baby, so I love the month because, it's my birthday, it's Christmas, cool. But why add another holiday or anniversary to the mix? That month is already so busy and so expensive in its own. But then winter, I know, when you're in Texas, like December may not feel like winter, which it didn't. That day I was wearing a dress, like a wool kind of dress. I don't know. But still, that is nothing I had ever in my life imagined, to get married in December. And just the date, the year, like everything to me is just like, it could not be more unplanned. So we got married in December, and we actually did, be together for a little longer afterwards. He came to Germany, surprised my parents and my family. It was amazing. If you follow me on Instagram, you must have seen that video. I might actually insert it because it's so much fun. But and then we pretty much parted ways straight after. It was emotional, but that's pretty much what's happening. So yeah, if you have more questions about getting engaged and getting married, I know I didn't share much about my journey because I needed to make sure that it is safe. And quite frankly, I truly believe if I had not left social media for a year to detox and kind of figure out what I want from my social media, I would not be married right now, because social media is the devil at times. So take every piece of advice with a grain of salt, even mine. Okay, what else has been happening? I mean, it is supposed to be a life update video, not just a marriage update video, right? The other thing that is happening, girl, I'm sitting in my childhood room. Yes, this looks great because I've invested into this room these past few months and just made it more of my own, or like my adult own, like my grown self own. I don't know. But this is my childhood room because I moved back in with my parents. Like I said, Kenny and I, we are long distance for a period of time, preferably a short period of time. But because of that, I just felt like the smartest decision financially, emotionally, mentally, is to move back in with my parents. I am blessed with parents that I absolutely adore. Yes, they do be getting on my nerves, but I adore them. We have a great relationship. It is very comfortable living here. I do pay rent because I don't know about you, but if you're African, these parents, they do not play. So I do give them something. But still, nothing compared to what I would pay, obviously, if I was in my own apartment or even had to move into something new. So I'm back in Germany, which is weird. I'm looking out the window right now and it's gray. It's gray. Let me not play. It's gray. So it's so different from where I was before, because I was living in sunny Mexico, living my best crop top life. And now I'm back here and it's March and I'm still wearing a thick wool sweater. But I'm loving it. I actually think this is the most beautiful time I'm spending in Germany, in a sense of I've never felt this good living here since being an adult. And it may have something to do with the fact that I know it's only temporary and I'm married and I'm preparing for a life that I really, really prayed for. But at the same time, I'm just loving it. I'm loving family time. I get to see my nieces and nephews, who I have 6 of those now. It went quick, but I have 6 nieces and nephews now. Grow up. I do see them, grow up more and more now, which is lovely. And I know that's, something that I won't have, I won't have much of that quality time in the coming years, because I won't be here physically and I won't be able to fly out to Germany on a whim like I used to in the past. So I'm in my childhood room, in my parents' house, and I'm 35 years old, so kind of embarrassing, but at the same time, who cares, right? Who cares? Oh, another life update. Ooh, dang. I feel like all these life updates are kind of embarrassing, but maybe not. Another life update is that I officially am in a full-time employment again. I have been for a while now with a great tech company, and I love it. I'm not gonna lie. I love being back in my career, which was in human resources before I started to go full-time content creator. So I'm back working in HR full-time and I really, really enjoy it. I do think that it definitely took a while for me to get used to just not being in charge of my time as much as I used to be before. But honestly, once I had a routine behind it, it really, really showed me that there's beauty in being employed. Just as much there's beauty in being an entrepreneur, and I'll be honest with you, but there's also a lot of challenges in being employed, just as much as there are a lot of challenges in being an entrepreneur, which is honestly something that I do not miss at this moment. I do not miss being a full-time entrepreneur. I was full-time for 3+ years, right? And it was great, but I went into full-time content creation immaturely, which means that my income was so sporadic, I could not rely on it. But also more importantly, which means that something that I used to do because I loved it, that was a hobby, that brought me so much joy, that honestly connected me more to God. Because if you go back to my very, 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 very first YouTube videos, you will see all my YouTube videos were really faith-based. My blog was a faith blog more than it was a dating relationship blog. But somewhere along the way, I'm not gonna lie, I lost my way and started creating content for clicks, right? For views, for money, because views equal advertisement or reading on my blog. The more people would visit my blog, read my blog, it equals advertising, which was honestly my biggest income stream, my blog. And then, you start seeing how the faith content is not performing as well, so you start creating more of the other content. But it was never really the reason why. So when I started my job back, or it started to go back into like a 9-to-5 employment situation, I also took a step back because I was very comfortable. Well, I am still very comfortable with the income I'm making. Obviously, I'm living home, so my expenses are very low. And just wanted to kind of see, where do I want to take my content? I still don't know, baby. I still do not know. So if you have an idea, if there's something that you feel like you want to see more, want to learn more about, let me know. I feel like at the moment I could literally create content about anything. I could create content about dating, relationship, being single, marriage, because I love that content. I love it. I constantly think about it. I constantly love to find new ways of encouraging women to believe in the love that they deserve and they desire. But also, have been a sucker for personal finance video. I watch Asia Dang all the time because I love her videos. They're so honest, so raw, so relatable. I love lifestyle content, baby. When Elias Face posts a video, oh, I'm dropping whatever I'm doing. I'm sprinting home because it's time to binge. So I love lifestyle content. I watch all of the greats. Kyra, I love Janae, I love Natalie Barbu, I love Shelby Church. I love people's content so much. So I could see myself creating it as well, but I know that just creating lifestyle content, oh, I love Aisha Haroon. But yeah, just creating lifestyle content may not be the best way or the best use of my time, especially if I desire to make money with it. But at the same time, I'm like, at this point, let me just go back to doing it for fun more than for money. So yeah, and I could make wedding content. Oh my God, guys, wedding planning, oh, the stressors. I could make wedding planning content if I wanted to. Probably will, but more so on TikTok, which I love TikTok. I'm back on TikTok. Follow me on there, Justine Palama. I could definitely create that, but I just don't know. I feel like I am scared to create and show so much of my life because, no offense to all the great big content creators, but it feels like a lot of the girlies who are successful as content creators, it feels like a lot of their relationships fail or they get divorced, and I'm very, very, very scared to be caught up in it. And showing so much of your life, like being used to showing so much of your life that you allow people into your relationship that then leads to just a break. And I told my husband, I talked to him about it. I told him that, in a way I would love to, be a lifestyle content creator and just show more of like everyday life. But I'm so scared that it would, put a rift to us because now everything is out there in the open. So I think really finding what's it called? Finding like a nice sweet spot. That's what I'm looking for. I love how Nitra B does it. We know of her husband, but he's not really why we watch it. We know of her kids, but they're not really why we watch it. It's more like, I don't know, just the vibe. So that's that. I don't remember. I talked about marriage. I talked about living back home. I talked about work. Wedding planning. Yeah. So wedding planning is also something that is actually happening. I am planning a wedding this year. I know, it's crazy, but I was so lucky, or let's say I am blessed to find a location that was available. It's a brand new location, so we're still having our wedding reception this year in summer. And now I'm on a hunt for everything, for makeup artists, DJs, photographers, a wedding dress. I'm actually going wedding dress shopping, I guess, right now after this video. That's why my beat is on point. Yeah, we're having not a small wedding anymore. I thought I could pull off a small wedding, but I'll be honest with you, it doesn't work. With Black people, with Africans, it does not work. So it's definitely going to be 150 people wedding, which is okay because my sister got married last year and she had 450 people at her wedding. So I feel like mine is not bad compared to that. But yeah, so we're doing that. I'm praying, and I asked you if you could say a prayer for me about my visa situation, me moving to the US, just working out by God's grace rapidly. That would be appreciated. So by God's grace, I will be moving to the US soon and be reunited with my baby for good. And yeah, life will just take its course, I guess, and I will keep you guys updated. I always find it random to make a life after, but I'm not even gonna lie, because it's like, are people really that interested in me? Either way, I think it's a good video to be up there in case somebody wants to know what is going on. And yeah, let me know what videos you want to see from me in the future, and I shall create those. You guys, thank you. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, make sure you comment. You know what? The commenting part is actually the most important because I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. I want to know who you are. And then I shall see you in my next video. Until then, love and light.